Has the end game begun for the BCCI President N Srinivasan? The BCCI Treasurer Ajay Shirke and the BCCI Secretary Sanjay Jagdale have quit and have sent in their letters to the BCCI President N Srinivasan. And now news is that all 5 BCCI Vice Presidents are also likely to quit very soon, as early as tonight. Is this the beginning of the end game for Mr. Srinivasan, who has refused to step down despite his son-in-law Gurunath Mayappan being in police custody for links with the betting mafia? You're watching India Decides. I'm Vishnu Shobh. Let me go straight across to my colleague Rika Roy, who joins us for the very latest. Rika, is it now confirmed that 5 vice presidents of the BCCI, Arun Jaitley, Shivlal Yadav, Chitrak Mitra, Niranjan Shah and Sudhir Dabir, vice presidents of North, South, East, West and Central, they're all set to quit? Is this correct?
Absolutely. The resignations of the 5 vice presidents haven't come yet, but they are going to come shortly. This is clearly a pressure tactic on N Srinivasan. They want Mr. Srinivasan to step down all along for the last 1 week or so, when these board members have been telling Mr. Srinivasan to call a working committee meeting, to call a meeting of the board to explain the situation. He hasn't called. Today, of course, in the evening, we've heard that Mr. Srinivasan has buckled under pressure and called a working committee meeting to gauge the mood of the members. But what we do know now is that 2 key functionaries of BCCI, the treasurer of BCCI and the secretary of BCCI, have already tendered their resignations. And what I understand, what I have come to know from my sources, is that the 5 vice presidents from 5 different zones are also considering resignation. Their resignation will obviously come in next few hours or over next 24 hours, but it will come over this weekend. And this is a way to tell Mr. Srinivasan, look, we do not want you as the president, we do not want you at the helm of affairs, because you have clearly lost our confidence.
Very interestingly, Sanjay Jagdale, who has sent in his letter of resignation, was also supposed to be a member of that probe panel. He has said that he cannot be a part of that he is deeply disturbed about the developments in the last few days. So whatever sort of strength or credibility that BCCI Commission had, without one key member, that to a BCCI appointee, right, that commission has lost all sense of credibility.
Vishnu, we are talking about credibility at this point of time, but we do not know after the resignation of Sanjay Jagdale whether that commission will continue to exist or not, because it was supposed to have been a 3-member commission appointed by the BCCI. We know 2 are former High Court judges, and one representative from the BCCI was Sanjay Jagdale. Now, after his resignation, we haven't heard from the BCCI whether that commission will continue to work, that the 2-member then whether it will become a 2-member commission, what will be the structure of the commission, when will they give their findings, all of that we do not know at this point of time. Probably we can only speculate on their credibility once we know that they are functioning.
From him, Rika, just be with us. Mr. Goni, is it now the beginning of the end for Mr. N Srinivasan as far as his continuing as president of the BCCI is concerned?
Well, they say that there's a famous saying in Urdu. They say, "Awaz khalaq nakara khuda." So the way things are going, I know whatever according to the constitution of BCCI, they should immediately probably call a special annual general meeting to settle the thing.
But does he still have the numbers? Because just off the top of my head, Jharkhand, Odisha, Tamil Nadu and his own vote, the president's vote, that's 2. Odisha is 1. Jharkhand is the next. And then Jammu and Kashmir, I mean, are you going to be voting for him or against him? Because if you were supposed to be voting for him, Mr. Abdullah seems to be in his favor, then with another few votes, he could still have the numbers. And Jagmohan Dalmia has thus far not indicated which way he's going to go.
Yeah, that is for my president to say. I can't say which way the president decides.
No, but this is your president, and surely you know about your own state association. Your own state association is going to vote for Mr. Srinivasan based on what Farooq Abdullah has said so far. Isn't that right?
It's all for Dr. Farooq Abdullah to decide about it.
Do you believe that at this stage, given the fact that you've got 5 vice presidents, the secretary and the treasurer who have either resigned or in the process of resigning, that your state board is in an untenable position?
No, it's not a question of being untenable position. My president understood it earlier to be, that's what I have also been talking to different channels, that, according to my perception also, this was premature. But then, this is voice of people, this is media talking about it. And my president had made a very, I think, a very, very genuine statement when he made the statement. But now the developments, this is one by one coming. Other day, Mr. Jagdale was sitting in press conference with the president. Today, he is resigning, and Mr. Shirke was still other day with him. Similarly, the other people. So, the developments, it is not in fact Srinivasan or Jagdale or anybody else. It is question of survival of the BCCI, and any person who is linked with the BCCI should take into account the interest of the BCCI.
Answer this question directly. Now that what has happened, should Mr. Srinivasan step down?
No, I can't say anything. I can't say anything which contradicts my president.
You can't say anything that contradicts your president, but what about your own personal opinion? Do you not have a personal opinion?
I can't say. My personal opinion doesn't matter. I have not to vote.
Your personal opinion doesn't matter. So 5 vice presidents have either resigned or in the process of resigning. The treasurer is gone. The man who was supposed to be part of the probe panel, he is definitely gone. And you don't have an opinion in this, sir.
No, if you see it little more reasonably, then you will find that the way things are going, there were people who till yesterday were on one side, other side. Now how they are deciding, this is something which needs further talks.
Would you at least admit, sir, that the BCCI at this stage is in a complete meltdown? Would you at least admit that the BCCI is in a state of meltdown at this stage?
It's it is a very unfortunate situation for BCCI. After hearing your news regarding the resignation of the secretary and resignation of the treasurer, and now the news coming in that 5 vice presidents are also thinking of resigning, or they are going to resign in near future. This is quite disturbing. This most prestigious board
is supposed to resign this evening, sir. In fact, a few of them may have already started.
A lot of crisis.